Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
Good morning and welcome back to another episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. Today, unveiling you navigating the journey of self-discovery, really getting into the power of what self-discovery can do for any person looking to up-level their life. Man, what an awesome, incredible Monday morning. What's happening? What's going on, man? Just an awesome time. So let's jump right into this. I was at the gym listening to, like I do at the gym. I'm always listening to something, just kind of keeping me in the rhythm of just expanding my mind and my body. And something happened while I was there. And that's why I titled this today, Unveiling You Navigating the Journey of Self-Discovery, because self-discovery takes you back to something that a lot of us may not have ever really fully understand. It's kind of like, when you were growing up, like when I was growing up, I was introduced to someone's religion. I was introduced to someone's religion. When I say someone's, of course, my parents were the ones who introduced them, but they was introduced to someone's religion. They was introduced to someone's thought of who God is. And as they were introduced of this idea of who God is, they started to create an idea of what they thought, right? And so, I remember back in the day, there was, because I remember, my grandmother, there was always these programs on that, a lot of people didn't really like. It was the prosperity gospel. It was like, Creflo Dollar, Reverend Ike, maybe another person that used to always be on, and they had this different way. They had this different way of talking about God. And I remember hearing people say, "Oh, you can't listen to that stuff," right? Just like, I remember when Tony Robbins came out. Now he's not religious, but Tony Robbins was talking about self-discovery. Like he was talking, man, empower you can empower yourself. Then the gospel songs come out, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. That's like self-discovery, right? I remember when that song came out back in the 2000s and everyone's singing it. See, one of the things that I discovered on my road of actually unveiling myself, becoming who I am, is that when God said, be fruitful, he was just saying, like, you have a seed on the inside. There's a seed that I've planted within you on the inside. Now, I had something powerful happen this morning as well that just kind of helped me to understand something. I was kind of working on something in my mind for the past couple of days, kind of like, working on how to put together my words on different topics. And one of the topics that I was, just kind of thinking about was this topic of being fruitful, and, kind of like how it starts. It's like, you have a seed, and that seed is going to produce something. Think about this. Seed produces, then seed produces a product, and then that product becomes a production, and then that production becomes more productive. Oh, did you catch that? All right, we'll come back to that, right? The seed produces, right? The seed produces. Where do we get produce, right? You go to the supermarket, you go to the produce section. So the seed produces, and then as the seed is producing, it produced a product, and that product is a part of a production, and that production becomes more productive. Isn't that the same thing that we must do when it comes to how God has already told us how to live? He said, be fruitful. Take what's on the inside and produce. Produce yourself. Become the product of yourself, right? Make the product that you are a production, and that production will make you more productive. Oh my goodness. Like, this is a word from the Lord today, like unveiling this journey of self-discovery. And the thing about a seed, guys, is that nothing can grow without a seed. Now I want to talk to the business owners, right? If you're a business owner, if you have a business, your business can only grow if something is planted, if something's put out, right? And if nothing is put out, it can't come back. Something happened. Like, I got an email this morning from someone I hadn't spoken to probably in a year, right? And they were like, hey, I want to do this thing again. Help me again. And I said to myself, well, if that seed wasn't out there, there's no way for it to come back. So a lot of times, especially when it comes to money, now I want to talk to people who have a business, or a person who's saying to themselves, I want to make more money. All right, here's the thing about money. Something has to be planted for that money to come back, right? That money, that desire for money it's all about self-discovery. Like self-discovery is interesting, right? Because everyone's authentic. You are authentic. I am authentic. And as you are authentic, right? And as you are authentic, you literally have the ability to do something totally unique in the marketplace. You have the ability to do something totally unique at your job. You have the authenticity to be something totally unique in your homes. You have the authenticity to do things that you probably, or that won't mirror just like everybody else. Like, that's what you have, right? So when we embrace this authenticity, then personal growth will happen. Personal growth will happen. Empowerment will happen. Guys, I want you to just kind of work with me. Work with me on this one, because empowerment. Like what really is empowerment? Is to give power. Empower is to give power, right? So if you become the person, if you are on that road of self-discovery, and then you're growing, and then you become empowered, and you're able to give power. See, self-discovery is weird as it sounds, right? As weird as it sounds, and as a person who grew up religious, it's almost like anything with the word self in front of it, they was like, no, this is not what we believe. You cannot. This is not about self-discovery. It's all about God. Just like what I've learned and what I've discovered is God's real name. I learned God's real name, and I used to think God's name was God. Oh, don't take God's name in vain. God. Don't do that. That ain't his name. That ain't God's name. See, why do I know that? I only know that that's not his name because of self-discovery. Well, when I discovered it, it was in the same Bible. It was in the same Bible that, they had me reading all these stories. They had me, learning all these scriptures. But no one ever highlighted this scripture for me when I was in the Saturday school, or, when I was going to church and I was listening to this. No one ever highlighted this one phrase, I am. No one ever highlighted that and says, look, don't use that wrong. Don't use that wrong. Use that right. I am rich. I am strong. Like, I am all that I can ever be. Like, I am everything that God created to me. Like, any I ams that you can think of. Like, I am money. Like, I am successful. I am the best husband. I'm the best father. Like, I like using these I ams. I don't care what's happening in your life. I'm gonna say this again. I don't care what's happening in your life. You want to say, I am positively the thing that I desire the most. Oh, but my knee hurts. Because my knee hurts, I'm figuring out a way that I am myself into no knee pain, right? See, here's the thing. If 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 I say I am strong and I say I am strong, I have strong knees. Last week I had pain. Does that mean that it's not true that I have strong knees? No. It means that I have to develop into having a strong knee. How do I do that? I have to change how I think about that. I have to change some things about the things that I might do. I may have to change some like especially if you when you come under the awareness, right? When you come under an awareness of something, then it forces change. See, self-discovery, when you're navigating, right? You're navigating this route. You're navigating self-discovery, and what happens is it forces change. It forces it. Because if we don't change, then what'll happen is everything that we might have thought we I guess grew through, it will all go to crap, right? It will all go to crack. So I want to recap because this is important as we navigate the journey of self-discovery. Everything starts with the seed. Everything starts with a seed. A seed is something that is sowed. You put it out, and then after it's put out, this is where everything happens. Something's produced. Something. A lot of times we don't know what gets produced, right? I put something out when I say I am, I am weak. Oh, I put that out. It's going to come back. It's going to produce. It's going to produce. Then it's going to become a part of the product that I don't want. Then that product is going to become a huge production in my life. And then it's actually going to become more productive, but on the lines of what we don't want. So we want to say, how do I make that work for me? How do I make this process work for me? Okay, we put something out. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am healthy, right? All of these put the I ams out there, and then it has to produce just like the seed. This says be fruitful and multiply. So this is the process. It's going to you put it out, then the produce comes back, and then you can see what the product is, and then that product becomes more production, and then that production makes you more productive. Self-discovery. See, self-discovery is what I know. I personally, I'm still on the road. So here it is. I'm talking about navigating because I'm still on the journey. Last week I talked about the journey that you and I go on. Like especially when you get a vision of your life. Does that mean you're gonna actually get the full vision while you're living? Talk to Abraham. Abraham did not get the full vision, but he did get enough. He got enough that when he went to sleep, he knew. He knew that, man, wow, this is amazing. So guys, how do I want to leave you today? I want to leave you with this. Self-discovery is one of the most important journeys you got to go on. Self-discovery, just from literally being on the journey today. I'm on the journey of self-discovery, learning who I am every day, learning more and more about myself, learning that it's my decision. It's my decision to not just will these things into my life. It's my decision to know I am everything that God ever wanted in me. I am that. And as I am that, then I have to continue to stay on the road of self-discovery because there is no end to self-discovery. Imagine thinking that we can learn everything we need to know about God. Is that even possible? No. So if it's not possible to learn everything about God, then it's not going to be possible to learn everything about what you're capable of. It's not possible. It's just that every day we get to put it out, seed. Every day we get to watch and see what the seed comes back with when it produces. Every day we then get to watch the produce turn into a product. That product become more productive, and that productivity comes, and then we can see that we live the life of being fruitful. We live the life that multiplied. We live the life that we subdued and we dominated. So navigating the journey of self-discovery just leads you to a place where you dominate everything that God has given you to dominate. And when you do that, you may not get to the end, but what you do get is you get a life well lived. So, guys, that's it for today. I appreciate you for joining me for this episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. Jay Moore, the Healthy Accountant, helping you to account for your life. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the Healthy Accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.